R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years in prison. The verdict is out, and embattled American singer-songwriter R. Kelly has been sentenced to 30 years in prison as he was found guilty on all 9 charges, 1 count of racketeering and 8 counts of sex trafficking and sex-related crimes. Judge Ann M. Donnelly handed down the sentence yesterday after the court heard statements from the singer's victims at the U.S. District Court in Brooklyn. The judge reading our sentence said that these crimes were calculated and carefully planned and regularly executed for almost 25 years. You taught them that love is enslavement and violence. If you would recall, federal prosecutors had asked for a sentence of more than 25 years for a 55-year-old citing the need to protect the public from further crimes. The singer's lawyers were, however, seeking the minimum of 10 years, laying out their argument for leniency, citing his highly chaotic childhood home where he was sexually abused. Just so you know, R. Kelly has been in custody since 2019, and after this indictment by federal prosecutors in New York and Chicago, is set to stand trial again in Chicago this August on child sex images and obstruction charges, as well as in court in Illinois and Minnesota on sex abuse charges.
It's like it's a never-ending story for him. Now he's been charged here. He still has other cases. And at the end of the day, if he gets charged everywhere, then he can't do anything again.
To me, it's a
wrap.
The story is ended.
It's a wrap.
It's ended already.
Because 30 years is a lot.
This maybe they can now
20 something.
Well, it's a wrap.
55-year-old, 20-something. And it's even crazier these days that people just get cancelled. So when I say get cancelled, people will not play your songs.
Exactly.
People will not buy your songs.
It's already happening.
People will not want to. He has some classic songs that people will even want to use for movie soundtracks.
I'm so sorry.
Now people will not want to
go close to any material that has to do with him.
I watched Surviving R. Kelly, the documentary, and watching that documentary itself, I was like, I love R. Kelly. But I was just going, and all of a sudden from the documentary, got arrested, been in jail. Now all of this coming out, the verdict, 30 years. I feel sad. I'm one of those people that will probably still listen to R. Kelly's song.
In as much as I do not condone
nonsense,
I find it very, because see,
we don't listen to stories
so there is no how you're going to say, we know that what is done is very, very bad, right? Yeah. But, God, see, everything we're saying here is what you have said before. And I'll say again that, please, people should take a cue from other people's experiences. Please don't let pleasure, few minutes pleasure, destroy everything that you have built. This is so heartbreaking and sad. I know that when we sit down here and talk about this, some people go, online and say, why are you people pitying him? Why? It's not even about pity right now. It's what is this exactly?
What to learn from it? He has his fan base who are still going. Like there were a lot of comments on American
of which you can still release songs from prison.
But because of the cancel culture. So a whole lot of people from the American social media space, fans of R. Kelly, were saying, don't just lock up R. Kelly. Lock up the parents of those girls, of those ladies.
I tell you what.
For these guys to have access to those people for a long duration of time, that means probably their parents were involved.
And
so that's another conversation again.
I totally agree in a way, but I'll tell you again that you see all the celebrities you see people putting girls actually pushing themselves on them.
Yes.
Groupies.
They want to, in fact, if we're going to use Fela as an example, there was a particular time that they actually they had them send all
the women,
the parents too were protesting and they wanted their children back
come back home, yeah.
But guess what? In no time, they were back.
They came back, At the end of the day, you can't stop them, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. That's all I'll say.
It's a sad one, man.
Very sad.